G'day football fans and welcome to FIFA 23, the first episode of our career mode here on Dylan on the Ball. Today we're going to be starting a brand new career mode. If you are new to the channel, last year we were Wolverhampton Wanderers. We went 3 seasons through. We managed to somehow turn them all the way into Champions League winners, which, look, I'm not sure if that'll happen this time around, but I mean, I guess it's not stranger things have happened because the exact same things happen, basically. First step we are going to take is we're going to choose a manager, and I've done, a little bit of research, and the manager I'm going to pick is in Spain, because I think in Spain they've got some managers who actually look like they're managers, basically. And this fella that we're going to be choosing, he's been in charge of the club for 3 years. I was looking at it before. 4 years maybe? I'm not sure. He's guided them to 3 successive top 7 finishes. So I think they finished 7th, 5th and then 6th last year. 6 games into the season, this club's got 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. Decent start to the season for who they are. It's Emmanuel Alguacil. Or at least I guess it's someone who looks vaguely like Emmanuel Alguacil. He'll be playing the formation he plays in real life with Sociedad, according to everything I've looked up. Anyway, I haven't watched a whole lot, but he'll be our manager for the team we're going to choose. That team is going to be not in the Spanish League. We're going to be taking him to the Prem to manage West Ham United. West Ham not doing the best this season under David Moyes. They've got some absolute superstar players like Declan Rice. Potential superstars like Scamacca have just come in. Maxwell Cornet has Champions League experience. He's a decent player. Jared Bowen had a fantastic season last season. Not quite working out this season so far anyway. And it's going to be Alguacil. It's going to be his job to come in and turn them around. Hopefully we can get the Hammers back up the table and where they more belong, I suppose. Where they should be, up the table. Bringing back the glory days. The Bobby Moores. All of that good stuff. I'm going to take a couple of minutes now to set up the team and tactics and all that, and maybe a little bit of a short list of who we might need to bring in this first transfer window. While I'm doing that, I'll just give you guys a second to go down, leave us a like, subscribe if you're new around here. If you want to see where this West Ham season goes, comment down below any players you think we should be trying to target. I'm probably bringing in 1 or 2 players this video, and then moving forward, might need more, might sell players, don't know. Let me know what you guys think we should do with the squad, and how you think, if there's any, preferences of how we should move forward with the team, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I'll see you shortly. So just looking at the squad available to us, or the tactics we're going to employ, this is generally what I think we'll do for the first, or the best 11 we've got, except we'll swap Agard and, which is how I'm going to say his name, you're just going to have to get used to it, I don't know, and Zuma as our first choice centre-backs. We'll look at the squad hub in a minute to work out what we really need, but generally speaking, what we're going to be trying to do is we're going to allow Souček more freedom than Declan Rice to get forward into this sort of space ahead of him here between Paqueta and Cornet. Cornet is going to sit out wide more than drift inside, like Jared Bowen being left-footed on the right wing. He's going to cut inside. Cornet is going to be on the left-hand side, staying out wide. I've got Cresswell at left back at the minute. Obviously, they do have Emerson as well. But for what I want from my left back, I want my left back to sit more so that it leaves more space. I don't need him overlapping, anything like that. I want more space for Cornet, Souček and Paqueta in that area. But then on the right-hand side with Bowen cutting inside, Declan Rice sitting and Vladimir Coufal overlapping on the right-hand side, basically. That is the sort of premise, I suppose. We're going to try and get the ball forward quickly. I've set up our tactics. I'm not set on them. We're pressure on heavy touch just so that we can get into our shape before we try and then go and win the ball, rather than press from the off, I suppose. Width, we want to defend narrow so that we can face the crosses and have Agard and Kurt Zuma basically take control, And then with Declan Rice and Souček also being defensive mids. they'll be able to get back in there and help out, hopefully. Depth, we want to be fairly high up, but I mean, you know, it's at the end of the day, it depends on where we're losing the ball as to how high up the pitch we are, because we're not going to be getting a whole lot of balls all the way over the top from the other team, especially once we've gotten our shape. We're going to then look to press, and that's when we'll try to push everyone forward and win the ball back. As for style of play, I did say we'll try and get the ball forward quickly, but I've got it on slow build-up. The reason for that being is if you put it on fast build-up, all your players just run forward straight away, and then you have no passing options. So I've got it on slow build-up with forward runs, but we are going to just try and get the ball forward quickly using the pace of Skamaka, Cornet, Jared Bowen even, and the passing talents of Paqueta, Rice, Souček, hopefully making some good runs forward. Width, we're wanting to be a bit wider, and that's mostly for Cornet on the left and Soufal on the right, overlapping. Those are the wide players in attack, with the 3 players sending as centre-backs, basically, staying back in Cresswell, and then Agard and Zuma. That's the theory anyway. We're getting players fairly forward. We've set up some tactics. That's the theory anyway. Let's now have a look at the squad, see what we might need to do, and any areas we might need to improve. So as we look through the squad here, I'm going to put some players like for transfer, like Darren Randolph. We don't need him. We've got Areola and Fabianski, I'm happy to keep him as our number 1 until Areola usurps him. Like if he becomes better overall, it doesn't really matter to me. They're not, that different in quality or anything like that. And with Fabianski now 37 years old, which is crazy to think about, I'm more than happy for him to bugger off, really, and for Areola to come and take his spot. Cresswell, 1 year left on his contract. We'll think about extending it. We'll see. We've got Masuaku out on loan, who probably won't get much better than that. And then Emerson, who's just come in as another left-back option. Maybe left-back's an option, a spot we might look to improve. But having said that, with the main focus being for my left-back to sit rather than overlap, we don't really need, a top-class attacking centre-back like everyone was in for Kukureya this summer. We don't need that kind of left-back. We need someone who's going to sit there and defend well, really. So that may be an option. Looking at centre-backs, they've got a lot. So the first choice will be Zuma and Agard, which is how I'm saying it. If it's wrong, you've made it this far, you'll get used to it. Fine, get over it. Ogbonna, he's old. He's gone. He's just going to get worse, really. Tilakura has just come in. He's not going anywhere. Baptiste could bugger off. Although Jamal Baptiste is a fantastic name. Dang it. If only he was better. Then Craig Dawson, much loved by the fans, isn't he? Maybe so he can stick around with Kura as our second choice, and maybe we look to move Ogbonna on. Yeah, he can go. He's 34. He's just going to get horrid, isn't he? Ashby, did he not get a move? I thought I saw that he got a transfer somewhere. Maybe it was just rumoured. Let me look that up, and if he's actually moved somewhere, I'll put him on the transfer list. If not, I feel like he's got decent potential, so I might just loan him out, maybe. Alright, quick Google. Turns out he nearly moved to Newcastle, but didn't quite get there. I'll put him on the loan list. We might look to extend his contract, because, as I said, I haven't looked at FIFA for this season yet, really, but I feel like he might have decent potential and might be able to, like, if Ben Johnson gets closer to Soufal's overall, Soufal can bugger off, and then our rotation at right back will be Ashby and Johnson, in theory. But having said that, if a good offer comes in for basically anyone, like, I'm pretty content to get rid of just about anyone so far. Maybe just Zuma and Agard are the untouchables. Let's block offers on Agard. Let's block offers on Zuma. Those are our locked in, and block offers on Kura, just because he's only just come in. He shouldn't go anywhere. Same with Emerson. We'll block his offers for now. Maybe next season we'll open that back up. Johnson is here to stay. I'm blocking offers on him. If anyone wants Soufal, they can talk to me. Freddie Potts, solid name again. Doesn't look like he'll be too promising. Pierre Ekwa Alimbi, fantastic name. I like saying it. Ekwa Alimbi is fun to say. Feel like he's probably not going to get good enough. Flynn Downs, he's new around the club, if I'm not mistaken. I think he came in from Swansea. Looks decent. 70 overall and he's 23. I think we'll keep him around the club. Because, I mean, we don't, at this point, have really backups for Souček and Rice, which I guess is what we need to look for. So I guess Flynn Downs can stay for now. We'll see. Looking at backups, it's a shame that Vlasic is out on loan somewhere, really. He should be in here doing something. Ben Rama, I feel like it hasn't really worked out for him at West Ham. I feel like, you know, he came there with a lot of excitement from, was it Brentford he was at? Maybe? Brentford, somewhere in the Championship. He looked really fantastic and then just seems to have not really worked out for him. Cornet, here to stay, blocked his offers. Ben Rama, if someone offers, they can have him. Same with Declan Rice, because I feel like as much as obviously you want him to be the cornerstone, you want him to be the centerpiece, he's obviously brilliant, he's very good, and you want to keep him around. I feel like realistically, if an offer came in that matched his valuation, I couldn't really do much about it, because I feel like, you know, if one of the big boys, a Manchester City, a Chelsea, a PSG, even that sort of, you know, the top teams, if they came in, offered us a whole lot of money, we've got to say yes, really. Like, nobody's probably coming in with that much money for Souček, so he's probably safer. But Declan Rice, it'll be tough. We'll have to set a point where if anyone offers over that amount, we'll just have to say yes, because I think it's for realism's sake, really, and then we'll be able to build up the players around him more, I suppose. Moving on, Connor Coventry, he's 22. If he was like 18, 19, and he was 66 overall, I wouldn't be mad at keeping around, but he can bugger off. We've then got 3 attacking mids in Lanzini, Fornals, and Paqueta. I think Lanzini's the odd man out, just because he's a bit older. I feel like it's not really worked for him of late, so he's going to be the odd man out, and he's going to fall out of the team probably, because I don't really think he fits anywhere else. Maybe that's just me. All right. And, I mean, Benrahma doesn't really suit the way that we're wanting to play with a wide left winger. So maybe he has to go as well. Or maybe he'll be one that we just listen to offers. You know, like we're not going to put him up for sale, but we're not, not tied to him. Cornet, though, offers are blocked. Fornals around. Paqueta blocked offers. No one's touching him. No one's touching... Oh, again, Jared Bowen might be a bit like Declan Rice, where if he has a good run, it's probably impossible to say no to anything. But then around him, we don't really have another right mid, so might need some backups there. And as we move down, Divin Mubama. Again, solid name. He's only 17, so I'll put him on the loan list rather than sell him. Scamacca, absolutely here to stay, not getting rid of him. Antonio, good backup for Scamacca. Antonio will just, have to get used to being second fiddle, I suppose. If someone comes in with an offer, it is what it is, really. It's a business after all. What we really need then, looking at the squad, is one, to move some players on, like a Lanzini, like potentially a Benrahma. We then need backups for... I'd like Flynn Downs to be more of a bench option, if I'm honest. Like, if I could get backups for Declan Rice and Souček, and then have Flynn Downs as just more of a bench option to come off and do whatever it is he does. Benrahma can probably go, and then we get another wide left, like a left-footed left wing option. And then we'd need a backup to Bowen, so a left-footed right winger, I suppose. So all in all, a little bit of business to do, but having said that, we also have a lot of untouchable players that we have a real core of the squad to move forward with. Now time for us to put together a bit of a shortlist. See you shortly. Alrighty, so here is the shortlist. We've got Jacob Ramsey from Aston Villa. I think he looks absolute class. I really enjoyed him, to be honest, last season. I think I did a video before the season started of like potential the players who, if they have a great season, the club will have a great season. And he was my pick for Villa, and I called him a, World Cup bolter and stuff, and it just really hasn't worked out so far. But, there's still time, right? He would be more of the Souček role, so the midfielder who can get forward as well, or at least that would be the hope. Looking at him, he does look pretty good all round. Not the most solid defensively, but he can definitely get up and down the pitch, score some goals, dribble the ball well, and that's all we want from him, really. So he would be our backup to Souček. Our backup to Declan Rice would be a Douglas Luiz. And you may say that it's a bit perhaps unrealistic, this one, and also buying 2 midfielders from one club. It is what it is. My thoughts behind him was, if you look at him, nope, doesn't show it here. Anyway, if you look at him in the other screen, it does say that he's only got 12 months remaining on his contract. So I guess in a contract year, Villa might be looking to cash in on him, basically, and that's my thoughts anyway. It's more solid defensive option than Jacob Ramsey, and I think someone that we'd look to train into even more of a defensive option, and someone to back up Declan Rice. As for attacking options, we've gone back to Spain, where Alguacil is from. We've got Gonzalo Plata here. I had him on a Football Manager season not too long ago. I think I was AC Milan or something, but he turned out to be just incredible. Hopefully that translates here. He would be the backup to Jared Bowen, so the one that cuts in more. Not great finishing, not great crossing either at this point. But hopefully we can, if we train him as an inside forward, he gets those shooting stats up and he can cut inside, do the business, get us some goals. The left wing option, the backup to Cornet, I think we look at Munir. The old Barcelona, at one point they thought he was going to be a superstar, I think, but he's going to be, I'm looking at him anyway as being our left wing option. He's already a left midfielder, he's got decent crossing, he's also got good finishing, but I'm going to stick him out on the left wing and try and get him to feed Scamacca and Paqueta and Antonio, all of those. That's the thought process anyway. Alright, I'm going to try and wrap up some of these deals, see how we go. Alright, we are back. We've been successful in 3 of our 4 transfers. So Jacob Ramsey, Douglas Luiz and Gonzalo Plata have come in. So we've got our backup defensive mid options sorted. That means Flynn Downs will be a bench option, I guess similar to last year where we had our famous 3 boys off the bench, our bench boys, and Gonzalo Plata will now be a backup to Jared Bowen. Munir, we could not get done. The club thought he was too important and would not let him go, which is very bizarre, but it is what it is. We need a left-footed left midfielder, so maybe that's the one that I leave up to you guys before the next video. That'll do us. So make sure you leave us a like down below, subscribe if you're new around here, if you enjoyed the video, if you're keen on what this West Ham side will turn into. Comment down below who you think we should get as a left-footed left midfielder as a backup to Maxwell Cornet. And guys, until next time, when we go again to restore the glory to the Hammers, peace.